I'm getting mad. People kind of hit me in my DMs and stuff like that. People who are not, I want to say, friends of mine.
Okay.
They're listeners, or they probably stumbled upon the podcast
Yeah.
because I want to say with the growth of our podcast and stuff like that, people just stumble upon episodes and stuff.
Right.
I had somebody come cuss me out, whatever, in my DM one time at like 3 something in the morning. I didn't really look, but it was crazy where
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
started a little bit with the clap. You gonna be started or we're good?
Nah, we're right.
Okay.
We're right.
Oops. You threw your hands up too long.
Let's practice. This is NBA season started again. Yeah, let's do it differently. Like get the LeBron clap.
I was like, what's going on? Like, okay. What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All the above.
Platforms possible. Podical Sons podcast. And you can see these lovely faces and stuff on YouTube and Spotify and podicalsons.com. So let's start this show.
Start the show.
How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling?
Surviving and smiling. Can't complain.
Good.
Life is good, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
Just happy to be here. Happy to, give thanks and praise and all the above. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a vibe. But then again, like I'm living in every moment, so like I enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
Like I one of my peoples, we'll get to it and stuff like that, whatever. But they said Shirtgate is like
Was it a wake up call? Was it the wake up call?
They said Shirtgate was a diss track to my friends. I'll show you the text messages if you think I lie. Like, yeah. You think it's a joke, yo?
You are the Kendrick Lamar of podcasting.
Apparently. So that's not to say the name and stuff, but he's like, wow, I feel attacked about the birthday thing. Wow, pure diss track. This is worse than Drake versus Kendrick. Shout out to Shirtgate. If you haven't heard Shirtgate, this would be a proper time that after this episode, you would hear Shirtgate. I felt the need that we'll get to it with it.
And listen. We take no responsibility on how you look at your friends after Shirtgate.
Oh my goodness.
I want to point that out first and foremost. We did not do this to end any friendships out there. We just want you to know the value of true friendship. That's all it is.
Have you been getting the convo?
Nah, bro. I haven't been getting the convo because
I've been getting the convo.
You've been getting the convo?
I've been getting the convo. I had somebody slide in my DM.
The DMs were heavy.
Let's start with the polls.
Okay.
Let's start with the polls. The second poll was the reason.
Was based. Okay.
Whatever, right?
I got it. Okay.
All right. So first poll of the week and stuff says, does divorce affect kids no matter the age? What you got?
I had yes.
I have yes too.
Yeah.
The poll said 89% said yes.
Okay.
So tell me why you said your yes.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what age it is. I think kids always grow up with the assumption that mom and dad will forever be together. And there's nothing that could ever break that. And I think what reinforces that is a lot of parents don't let their children see when they're arguing, right? It's always the good. They only see the good times. They don't see the bad times. So for them, everything is happy land.
Is that a good or a bad thing in your eyes?
I think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think if you are able to show them that when there is conflict,
mm-hmm.
and mind you, if you're a proper resolution leading to a proper result,
mm-hmm.
is what I would hope that they see. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want them to see them like you going blow to blow, fist to fist, like that type of argument, right? But you would hope that they can learn some sort of conflict resolution based upon two people who love each other but only want the best from each other, and may not agree on certain things, but are willing to compromise and come together. Because this is what it is. It's a compromise.
So let me ask you, let's say, would you say, I'm not putting words in your mouth, would you say like to shelter the kid till they're probably like old enough, or you think of age where you can now have
where they can grasp it? Yeah.
Have the conversation?
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think shield them to a certain point, but realizing when they get at the age, maybe when they start noticing the opposite sex and maybe starting taking an interest.
Okay.
I think probably that would be a good time where you say, hey, okay, I notice that you're trying to, you're putting yourself out there and you're realizing that you're your own person and you may like somebody else and might want them to be a significant other. I'm now going to let you know that it's not always a bed of roses and that some things take work. So, yeah, we don't always agree. And sometimes we disagree, and you're of age to know these things, right? I think the first time, I think the first time I see my parents like argue, like really argue, I couldn't take it. And
how old were you?
Do
you remember?
I would have been, honestly, maybe around 14, 15.
Okay.
Around 14, 15.
Okay.
And the argument was over finances. Right? It wasn't like anything like you did this or you did that. It was finances. And it's like, I got mad and I was like, I yelled out like, stop arguing, stop over. It's over stupid money, over stupid money.
So you interjected.
Yeah, well, I wasn't in the conversation.
Yeah,
I was. Yeah. I was like, I let it be known, right?
I mean, but you're a kid, know your place.
Yeah, that's the thing. But then my pops came around and he was like, you don't have a horse in this. He made me know that I didn't have a horse in this race.
Right?
And it's like, and then I got upset, and then I walked out, and I left, and I started walking down the street, and then thank God to Auntie Gloria, always been around and always been, because she did social work, she's a social worker, so she always knows these certain things, right? And she came out and she walked me down. She let me know, your parents love each other, right? It's like it's not them fighting; it's a situation that they're in. And I was like, I had to understand that, right? But again, never ever seen them like that before. Kind of just it triggered me.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, would you recommend a younger age than 14? Because you were saying, like, let's say I would say 7th, 8th grade ish would be the time, like, you're interested in the opposite sex.
So yeah, exactly.
You were 14 at that time, and you couldn't fathom like them having a conflict resolution kind of conversation in front of you.
Right.
And it was traumatic to you. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
no, it was traumatic. It was traumatic.
Would it say like, would you lower the age to say like maybe a 10? Maybe or would you say like you would raise it to like a 16 because it was traumatic for you at 14? Were you at the age to date?
Yeah, I would probably lower it to 10 again, because I mean, you're right. Yeah. But leaving public school, is when maturity starts to kick in a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say public school, but elementary school.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Going into middle school, right?
Oh, okay. So leaving elementary to go into middle school.
Going into middle school, I would say
I know there's public school.
I gotta keep remembering that we got American followers
here
as
like
well.
That, right?
Yeah. So I gotta just. But yeah, I would say that is the time when I really started taking an interest in the opposite sex. So that probably would have been the time of just knowing that moms and dads did not always agree on things, right? And they can argue, but it still be an argument out of love. And at the end of the day, they're still going to come together and make the right decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair. I see, for me, I looked at it as stuff as where I guess if the kid was young enough or the child is young enough, it would have an effect on them and stuff because they're looking like, Now I have 2 homes to kind of probably go to school from or some shit like that, right?
Right.
And then the other aspect and stuff is that if they're older and stuff like that, whatever, it's still, I have, like, let's say your parents and stuff, whatever, like your mom had a new dude, your pops had a new woman and everything like that. Now you got to do the dance between holidays.
Right.
Be like, okay, your mom like, I want you home for holidays and everything like that. You look like,
yeah.
And then your pops was like, yo, I want you to home with, come meet such and such as family and everything like that. And then you're like, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. So I feel like it affects you no matter the age.
Yeah.
Right? To me, like with just that simple aspect and stuff, because I look at it, it's so tricky that we always put it on the kids, like the younger kids and stuff, like hopefully they understand. And then you have a situation where the adults might wait till their kids till they become empty nesters.
Right.
To say, your mom and I are splitting up. Or your mom has a new man named Machine Gun Tommy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I was going to say, but there was a post the other day that I seen where the lady, she was around 35 and she was upset with the pops because the pops was dating a lady close to her age.
Close to, so all right.
So she's 35.
Okay.
And her pops probably might be in his 60s and stuff like that, dating somebody that's 35. Right? And it's like, she cussing the pops, but I'm like,
how do you feel about that?
How do I feel?
How do you feel about that?
I can see the awkwardness. I can see the awkwardness.
I was gonna say, then Uno reverse it and stuff to your mom.
Yeah.
Getting somebody and stuff, whatever, who's about your age.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see the awkwardness, right? But then it's like your parents have the right to live their life how they feel fit.
I know a story.
You know a story? Is it an off-air story? Is it one of those off?
I mean, like I'm not too close enough to it, whatever.
Right.
I didn't know like it kind of took place. So I went to school with, I went to high school with a chick, and the dude who went to the school and stuff as well. Basically, the dude ended up dating her mom.
Oh shit!
And how would you feel if like the same, like we graduated, same grade level?
Yeah, no.
And this happened at a young age. I think before the guy was 30. Before they were 30.
Oh, before they were 30.
Before they were 30. So this young Thundercat is not drilling your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you know how they, because you know how they act when they get around their family or their boys or their girls.
Yo, Cameron had a line. I advise you to stepson before I fuck your mom and make you my stepson. You be calling me dad. So I would look like your mother and I don't like how you speak.
Yeah, you speak
to me.
I'm coming over.
Yo.
Do you know what your mom cooked? Wild. On the basketball court, shooting hoops. Yo, see you later. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be there in about 5-10 minutes.
Wow. We fighting right there.
We're fighting.
We're fighting there. And hopefully we don't have to eat dinner at the same table together.
We're gonna be
Where
fighting
you guys?
We're fighting at the dinner table too.
It ain't over. Round two. So round two.
Of collard greens.
Just start swinging. I throw mashed potatoes in your eye. I get the tussling. That would speak about the mom. To me, it would speak about the mom on so many levels. Yes, you want your mother to be happy, but your mama got to know some damn scruples.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, there's so many other guys and stuff like that, whatever.
So
right?
many.
But even like the same graduation class. Then I was like, when I heard the story, I was looking like, I don't know if the mom was looking at him like walking across the stage at graduation. He's like,
like, so, and I started playing. So when I seen the post, I started playing scenarios in my head. I'm like, well, what if through like the grapevine, she knows this person, like maybe she don't know her, but she knows of this person who this person is, because they might be in the same peer group or they might have the same they might go to the same functions. So you know what I mean? And what if she knows like this is like, the hot girl that takes money to be with. So your pops is spending dime to spend the time. How do you feel?
Could you imagine if the dad is kind of hesitant to give the daughter some cake, but you see the stepmom and some new red bottoms?
That's foul.
No, you're supposed to take care of your woman,
You're supposed to take care of your woman. You're supposed to take care of your woman.
So, like, dun, dun, dun. Like, yo, what do you do? That's why I look at someone's like,
she go to the same hairdresser as you do.
That's great. Fight.
You fight.
Just fight.
You fight. Just fight. Just fight it out. Just
gotta,
fight it out.
I think you got to fight it out and stuff, whatever, right? Either that or your parent has to learn to get some scruples and stuff to say, like, you know what? This is a violation.
Right.
Right? Because I think about, like, what if I don't know, let's say if you had a brother, well, no, you have a brother, but let's say you divorce your wife and your wife start dating your brother.
On some Trump shit?
Whoa. We turn political pundits again now? Is that because we're closer to November? Is that what it is?
It's been proven. It's not.
Oh my God.
I've got to say allegedly for that one.
Yeah. This is wild. But yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, it can get very, very sticky.
Oh, of course, for
very
sure.
Sticky, so yeah. All right. On to the next. Are you ready?
Right. So this came about out of the
previously on Marvelous. So yeah, like what happened now was I'm getting mad. People kind of hit me in my DMs and stuff like that. People who are not, I want to say, friends of mine.
Okay.
They're listeners, or they probably stumbled upon the podcast. Because I want to say with the growth of our podcast and stuff like that, people just stumbled upon episodes and stuff. Like,
right.
I had somebody come cuss me out, whatever, in my DM one time at like 3-something in the morning. I didn't really look, but it was crazy where I woke up 5 o'clock, whatever, and then it was like, I guess they laid a paragraph on me.
Yeah.
And it's like they went back in and laid another paragraph and stuff like that, whatever. But this is somebody in Europe. So I'm like, I guess this is their daytime.
Right.
Why this is our AM and stuff, whatever. So the cussing can come from wherever.
Wherever, yeah.
Right? So it's not like I'm like, somebody on the East Coast or our time zone. No, other time zones. This is the World Wide Web.
Right.
And the person is like just laying on me, saying like, it felt like, you ever heard the Jay-Z song, Where Have You Been? It was like his open letter to his father. And saying his father's like, a bastard. He's like, I used to want to walk like you, and look like you, like want to smoke smoke Newports and drink Miller just like you.
Right.
And then he's cussing his pops on his track. Right. And then the backlash was wild because Siegel said he went somewhere and stuff. I heard in the interview, Siegel said he went somewhere. Some kids like, yeah, fuck my dad and stuff like that. So he's looking like, whoa. So him and Jay came back with the song like, I still got love for you.
Right.
Because it was like a damage control type of thing and stuff, whatever, right? And I guess it felt like the equivalent to what this was going to be and stuff, whatever. It was more my open letter. I think that part of most of that part of that podcast was more of an open letter to like my friends to decipher who's friends and who's supporters. Right? Because I look at stuff as like, I want, out of a true friend, I want a supporter.
Of course.
And support me if I'm doing something positive, obviously, not nothing negative or bad and shit like that, whatever.
And be brave enough to call me out when I'm doing something bad because you care for me.
Oh, no, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, right? So I look at this stuff as where, once we get to this point now, like I kind of deem this as like trimming the fat.
Yeah.
On like who's really friends and stuff and supporters and stuff. I'm looking at all in one, right? So this now trimmed the fat. So now I'm getting to a selected few. Yeah. So the selected few has now chimed out like, hey, the ship is leaving.
Throw me a life jacket.
No, the friendship boat is leaving with Marv. Like, get the fuck on, whatever. We heard, maybe you're not hearing so now they're running to
scramblers. Make sure the boat don't leave port.
Bomb. So now this is basically what it was and stuff like that. And that was never my intention. We come on this show every week to talk real stuff, what real people are going through and stuff, whatever, with our own little twist and jokes and satire and everything and stuff and the satiric value, to what we do.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where I wasn't bitter that day, but I said like, with the longest friend thing, whatever, I did cry, right? Yeah. Like I felt that, right? So like, it's the human aspect of, and again, the human behavior aspect and stuff as well, right? when they heard that, some people and stuff like this person and stuff, going back to this, shout out to Lithuania. Let's say Lithuania. I'll tell the country and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know your real name because your social look kind of different and I can't speak the language and the writing, but work with me.
And
but
thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you. So they were going in and like the first paragraph basically said like, yeah, I heard this episode and stuff like that, whatever. And I was like looking at my friends and stuff and it was a guy and he's like, I'm getting into my mid-30s and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, yo, my friends are they're going in, like friends getting married and friends are now with spouses and kids.
Yeah.
And he don't have any kids. And since that he doesn't have any kids and stuff right now, whatever, it's kind of like they're kind of forsaking him and stuff like that, whatever. So I was looking like, you want me to do damage control? But then, so the one paragraph came like 3-something in the morning.
Right.
Another paragraph came like 5:05 or some shit like that. So he's like, yeah, I'm not done yet.
and another thing.
And another thing. So I was like, whoa. I was like, yo. So then that's when I felt compelled to say like, you know, I was like, boss, these are just my feelings.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm like, and I see where you're coming from and stuff like that, whatever. But I look at it as stuff is where, and he's like, yo, cause he basically mimicked me and gave me like my own medicine and stuff. And he's like, why are we making excuses for adults though? Because whatever I'm going to say to him is basically making an excuse for them, whatever. Right. He's like, yeah, like you said, you make time for the things and people that you love. Yeah. If you love to play tennis, you will find the time to play tennis.
Find the time to play tennis.
And then the man clapped back. It was too early in the morning. You know me, I didn't get my tea in my system. Right. I start my day with my green tea. Right. So I'm looking like, I'm walking like down the stairs, looking at the phone, like turn on the kettle, looking like, I see the dots. Yo, I was like, yo, people really do need friends.
They do.
And I want to say, like, I think the beauty and the beast of the not blue check verified is that I get to hear these real people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And their take and stuff on the information I'm giving it. I'm not here to sway your mind and stuff, whatever. I'm here to help to open your mind that there's another side, another perspective.
Right.
Right? And these are just our thoughts, and we have great ass conversation and stuff weekly about certain type of topics and stuff, right? If you feel like that, I cannot change how you feel. Because you are absolutely right, and I stand by those words. You make time for the things and the people that you love, and if your peoples are not making time for you, they're not your people.
Nope.
Straight like that. With my quote-unquote diss track episode, right? Like I show you the text and stuff like that, whatever, right? And I got a lot of calls from a lot of people and stuff like swarming in at the time because, again, they don't want to miss the ship.
Yeah.
The friend ship, which we put work in together to keep afloat.
To keep it afloat.
Now, that's part of the other poll now, because this happened like, I guess they got to it like maybe whenever, but this was like the Tuesday morning, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? The poll was yesterday, right? It was like about divorce.
They had to digest it.
Yo, they're like, no.
They had to digest it.
Oh, he's open? Like, let me get to him now. Whatever, right? So I was like, okay. So it spawned a thought. I made the note, whatever. Still sipping my tea that morning.
Yeah.
And then the next poll was to say, who is easier to forgive? And your choices were an enemy or a former friend. What do you got?
I got former friend.
Okay. And former friend came in at 58%.
So it just edged it out.
Yes.
I think when I looked at it, I think enemy was just slightly under, so former friend maintained.
Yeah, former friend. Yeah. I recall like when I went to my personal account.
Yeah.
And it popped up and stuff, and I said, okay, I'm gonna participate in the polls and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
So I participated and stuff, whatever. I chose an enemy.
Okay.
Right? And at that time and stuff, whatever, enemy was a lot lower.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a 50-50 or whatever the hell and stuff, whatever. It was a lot lower. Coming to seeing at the end of the day and stuff, whatever, that it rose to at least that.
Yeah.
That says something.
It says a lot.
That says something and stuff, right? So tell me why you say a former friend.
The reason why I say former friend,
because you're a Nirvana fan. Come as you are as a former friend.
That as well as the point that, at some point you guys were on good terms and you were friends for a reason. And I don't think that should be overlooked. I don't know what happened since then. Obviously, something did happen since then for the friendship to kind of fall away and y'all become like certain enemies. But at least there's something in your mind that y'all can get back to. There's a point in time where you guys were that you guys can get back to. An enemy, I don't know if you ever had any of that point in time where you guys could get back to. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe not knowing your enemy and now having the chance to know your enemy, you may find out something different about them.
That's my standpoint and stuff. So then let me jump in why I said the enemy and stuff, whatever. Because the enemy, just that, whatever. We could have had a disagreement on something where it was a miscommunication.
Right.
Or you and I both had something misconstrued if we were both the enemies of each other.
Yeah.
And we're looking like, oh shit, we're not that much different.
Right.
Or shit, I had this confused and stuff about something, and then now you realize now, let me tell you about my best friend. Like you thought this person didn't fuck with you like that, but then once you understood, like you had this miscommunication and stuff, and you're like, oh shit, they were coming with the same kind of energy, but now you're not turning against each other. You guys are now like clicked up, united, one of the same.
Right.
I look at it stuff with the former friend as a problem because again, don't make me leave.
Yeah.
I am here.
Yeah.
You made me leave now, whatever, right? Now I have left. The friendship has stopped. Do you think if I come back, it would be the same?
Right.
Because I don't think it would be the same.
Yeah. I don't think it would be the same.
So that's why I say like the former friend and stuff is easier to forgive. The enemy, the enemy is easier to forgive, whatever. Because I look at it stuff as like it could be a straight miscommunication. And I'll tell you what my situation now. There was a guy I know. We're decent terms. I want to say we're friends. I don't have his number.
Right.
But he didn't like me because of a chick. Right? It was weird where, let's say, I'm in my 20s, like early 20s or something like that, whatever.
Yeah.
The chick and stuff, whatever, liked me, right?
Okay.
And I didn't pay it attention. Women say, men are oblivious. Like, I didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
I didn't see it. But he was infatuated with this girl, right? But her, I guess, like, quote unquote, say her crush on me was more like superficial, like, like just aesthetic and stuff, whatever. I guess, Kavorka. The Kavorka. But it wasn't more of a something where I could see myself like being with her because her logic, her thought process. I'm analytical as hell.
Yeah.
So I look at it, I was like, no.
Right.
You'll be a fun time, and then let's maintain our friendship.
Yeah.
And call it a day. Because, I feel like women have more business connects than men do. So I stand by that. A man would have probably 6 connections, a woman would have 10 connections and stuff like that, right? Now, this dude didn't like me because it's basically like he thought that dirtbag boyfriend and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I think you don't exist. Yeah. One of those, I don't think you did. And she's like, oh, man.
Right.
So he's looking at stuff like, this fucking girl, she's infatuated with this guy.
He don't deserve you.
Yeah, and all this type of shit, whatever. So I think he must have felt a type of way, whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay it no attention and stuff, but somebody else I knew told him like, yo, boss, shoot your shot with the chick or just leave it the fuck alone, whatever, right?
Right.
And he shot his shot to kind of aim towards me, be like, yeah, I know you're feeling Marv and everything like that and all the above. And somebody else was around. And this other person chimed in, like, hell no, Marv like his woman smart. She dumb as shit, right? And she's like, no, it's not. You guys make it seem like I'm an airhead. So the girl, she tried to defend her shit, whatever, right? Yeah. But then the guy now is looking like, oh, so Marv don't even like you. So then he came to me another time. He's like, yo, boss, he's like, for the longest I thought you liked such and such and stuff, whatever, right? I'm like, I'm like, nah, she kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, whatever, right? Wait, is that a free ad?
Yeah, that's a free ad.
Like, my bad. So I was looking at it, so I was like, no. She's like, yeah, she aesthetically, she looks great, whatever, right?
Yeah, but that's where it stops.
Yeah, that's where the buck stops, whatever. I'm like, cuckoo. And then he's like, oh, man, next thing you know, whatever, we kicking it hard and stuff, whatever. And he was more in the campaign like, fuck this chick.
Right.
And she saw us kind of kicking it more and everything like that, whatever. So she's like, well, Marv won't acknowledge me.
Yeah.
And the guy that was kind of acknowledging me is on like just chilling with Marv now and everything like that. And Marv and him are going out like looking for women. So fuck both of them, whatever, right? But then next, we had our own little alliance thing kind of vibing without even like speaking about it. I'm looking like, this guy was hating me, so to speak, whatever, right? And now I became like, it went from like, oh shit, I forgive the fact that, I guess Marv was talking to a set chick, whatever, but I just misconstrued some stuff.
Right.
And now he realized that we kind of like one and the same.
Yeah.
So the former friend, nah, don't make me leave. Once I leave, the landscape is definitely different when I come back. We doing this shit on my terms. And I said this, the diss track continues.
The diss track continues.
No,
Yeah.
I just...
I see it. I see it. And I see it both ways. Cause I really like how Mace and Cam have been able to get over whatever they got through and come back together. And not only come back together, but like now push forward together. Both, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like you said, like sometimes when you get back together, it may not be the same.
Mm-hmm.
But it's dope if you can get back together and it's like you never missed a step.
Agreed.
Yeah.
My question to you is that what's the probability in math?
It's
analytical. If it's low.
It's low.
If it's slim, whatever, I don't feel like I can bet on that.
Right.
Because I know how much work I've already put in before.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at the stuff as that, again, it's on my terms. I'm not putting no work. You got to prove to me why I should start trying to put work in again.
Right.
Right? Because at the end of the day and stuff, and I'm not acting like I'm holier than thou or a better person or something like big, like better than others. But I look at it as like, yo, boss, whether it be like guy or woman, I just said two.
You just said two.
Is he man or woman?
They?
No. No. You can do whatever you want to do. Again, people come at my DM 3:00 in the morning. If you want to fight 3:00 instead of coming for therapy, we can do it too. Or I can choose to block you. Depends how I'm feeling that day. I look at it stuff as where, for my female friends, right?
Right.
I'm here to help you be great. They always, and what I want to say they them this time, just like the populace will look at us as like, oh, we always step on women or men treat women like lower than da-da-da. That's not the case. Or the black woman is the most disrespected woman, the most disrespected creature on the planet. Not in my world.
Right.
Right? I look at it and stuff as where I'm here to help you. And again, I like to see my friends win.
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm here to help campaign for you to win, right? But then you don't want to see or send that back, that energy back to me in reciprocal. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Yeah.
So that's just what my standpoint is and stuff like that on that. I look at it stuff as where like there's levels that's been set kind of like in my world, whatever, right? I said one day when I comprise like I guess a book, it would be love, like relationship love. Another one would be about family, and another one would be about friendship, right? If you're not coming with Ben Dillinger energy, I don't want your friendship.
Right.
If you're not coming with family member energy like yourself, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple. Just like that. That's where. So it's looking like if you it's a clap to family too.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, boss, if you're not doing on shit of like your level or coming with at least something that I can recognize.
Yeah.
Shirt Gate Part 2.
Shirt Gate Part 2.
Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo. But I look at it stuff as like, and I would never claim that I'm the holier than thou type. But
it's I don't even think it's that. Again, it's the fact that
But you know, people will say that though, because people
I know
like,
people.
Who is this guy?
I know people will say that.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, like I can say, knowing you, I can say it's not that, right?
Mm.
And I know you can look at me and say it's not that because you see me extend hands to friends and family members alike.
Of course.
I've seen you extend hands to friends and family members alike. So it's not that we're talking out of our ass. No, we are true representations of this, right? We want to see people. We want to see people succeed. Right? Yeah. It's like for those who don't know, like a lot of our friends wanted to come on the podcast, but some of them just did not have certain values to add to it. Not to say that they didn't have things.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
Yeah, they're not to say that they didn't have anything, right? But it's like for what we were trying to build, it didn't fit at the time. So what did we decide to do? We said, no, listen, a lot of them have businesses. Let's do a business spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a business spotlight. And we went around and made sure we focused on those who we knew that we couldn't get on the show. We're still going to give them their flowers.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
We're still going to give them their flowers. And that's just the way we're built. That's it.
Smooth needs a shirt gate. Yeah, so you need to put shirt gate scrolling across the damn camera right here, like at this moment right here. Shirt gate. Because you're right.
Yeah.
Like I look at it stuff as where from like PK, you know, like it's crazy.
Look, PK.
Yeah, we're supporting, PK Creations and stuff like that, whatever, right? From the other day, somebody
the Zua, what wrist essentials.
Like, hell, it was funny on the Friday.
Right.
So on the Friday and stuff, it's casual Friday at work, and I'm looking like, fuck it, just throw on whatever and stuff like that, whatever. But I just felt like I wanted to wear these particular J's I had, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I haven't given them a spin and stuff in a minute and everything like that. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna wear these J's and stuff, whatever. And the play hat for Play for Autism and stuff, whatever, happened to match my apparel that day with my attire, right? So when I realized it was matching my attire and stuff, I threw it on and stuff, whatever. I'm like, oh shit. Like I think what it was and stuff is before I got out the car, like I was adjusting it, whatever, because it has the little pom-pom on top, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I remember and stuff, the pom-pom, and I was like, at that time, because the morning was cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's right. And I felt here, because I always wear my hats to the side and stuff, whatever. Yeah. And then when I felt the play thing and stuff, this one is Toronto born though, but when I felt it, I was like, shit, I don't think I've ever did a post
with the
to show support.
Right.
What I normally would do.
Right.
So I did it
for
that time. I don't know, the Kavorka shit.
The Kavorka.
Oh, so this is your morning thirst trap photos to all your hoes? Like what? Like, how did we get here? How did we get here? I didn't, even the music was like, Lupe Fiasco, I chose it. Like, I got you. Like, like, my bad play. It's not like I'm not giving you no love and stuff like that. Let me show support on my own personal plug besides my business. You know what I'm saying? So we've always been doing that, whatever.
Oh, 100%, man.
And the thing and stuff is that if it doesn't come back in the reciprocal and stuff, whatever, we're not focused on that. We know God got us.
Yeah.
So I'm not stressing that, whatever, but I'm just looking at it as where if I can't recognize it, why am I staying?
Why are we staying?
So you know how I feel about loyalty now. It's little shaky hours, bro. Scary hours, bro.
That taste review that we did for Delicious.
Yeah.
You know we did that in 2019?
Yes. Before the pandemic. That's right. It was before the pandemic.
You know, it was up until a few months ago I seen her use that same video again. And
Did I have a beard? No, I didn't have a beard.
You didn't have a beard. You didn't have the beard. We didn't have the money to fix the tooth.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like everything was. I'll show it to you. It's like
I remember it. Whatever.
Because I'm going through the YouTube stuff, and I ran across that because it's so funny. Because again, just coming out of the meeting that I had, one of the biggest things was the community. The focus was talking about the community, and I was like, and it really just made me think. And so I was like, no. This podcast has really done its part. And if nobody has recognized it, I gotta recognize it myself. Now, and I've gone over the list of guests. I'm like, yo, we're over 15 deep in just black business professionals,
Of course.
who may have not had the opportunity to be on a platform like this. We've given them the platform, and I'm like, no, this is dope. And I was like, and I look back and I'm saying, and that's when I ran across the review. And I'm like, yo, I've got people who are still using the footage 5 years from the time it's been recorded.
Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing and stuff, whatever, because I look at it as where we've always been showing support, and it's kind of like we've always helped alley-oop people to score, to get it. And there's nothing, like I would say, I wouldn't take any kind of like bad talk about our platform.
Right.
Because of things like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, like, yeah, this is just Shirtgate was just something just kind of just to help cull the herd and trim the fat. Right? Oh yeah, for sure. Like it to like a different type of level and stuff, whatever. I would say this, like to close and stuff, whatever. And again, if you feel like it's an attack to you, then it probably is. And if not, and if you straight and everything like that, whatever, I dig you, I appreciate you, and screw you. No, just I jest.
Ingest.
But be great. Former friends, good friends and stuff, whatever. If you continue on and stuff, like I said, you gotta family members, you gotta come with energy like this. Friends, you have to come like to mirror like Ben. If you don't know Ben and stuff like that, whatever, then you can ask me and I can tell you what it takes and stuff, whatever. And to the ones, you know, the ladies and stuff as well, like, you know, the energy, I need that and stuff, whatever, to be on a different kind of level. I mean, viewer discretion is advised. However, you know, I like to make a pretty woman get ugly at times.
This guy.
And back to the regular schedule.
Back to the regular schedule, folks. Is that it for the polls?
Yes,
that's it for the polls. All right.
All right.
What's on the docket? What's on the docket, man?
Hold on. Let me get back to this. Let's fuck up the
Go
ahead.
Rest in peace, DJ Clark Kent. For those who may not know of him, he's one of the pioneer DJs in hip hop. A lot of the major groups in the 90s, he was one of the DJs that helped break them onto the scene. So yeah, a very important guy. He'll be missed. And I just wanted to just shout that out because a lot of times nobody respects the DJ. You know what I mean? But DJs, they are important. They're the important background to the music industry because without them, a lot of y'all don't get heard.
Yeah. Here's my thing. When it comes to Clark Kent,
right,
I thought about Jigga too. Because I was looking at stuff was what track is this? The My Mama Loves Me.
Okay.
Black Album.
Okay.
Black Album and stuff, whatever. Yeah. No, it was I think it was the Blueprint.
Is Blueprint?
The Blueprint one. So like My Mama Loved Me, Pop Left Me, and he had a piece in there and stuff about Clark Kent.
Okay.
And he's like, Clark Kent helped make him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Help like guide him and stuff and like help push Jay-Z to be the Jay-Z what we know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who would have thought? Whatever, right? And I was like, these people play these pieces, I would say, and I'm not shitting on the younger generation and stuff there, but it's insignificant to a few and major to a portion.
Yeah.
Right? I like it as stuff is where, especially if you're a DJ, I would feel like especially a New York DJ and stuff, whatever, should be part of like your repertoire, your world, to kind of mimic like, you know, R.I.P. K Slay and stuff as well.
Right. Run DMC.
Run DMC. Like it's Jam Master Jay.
Jam Master
not
Jay,
everybody's past, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we have to acknowledge these people and stuff, and if we haven't really given them the proper roses or the flowers, this would be that time.
This would be the time. Yeah.
So R.I.P. Clark Kent. All right. Speaking of music now, is Taylor Swift a bigger artist than Beyonce?
Yeah.
Explain this to me. And dear Swifties, I kind of come in peace-ish.
Speak pieces. You
gotta
say the same thing for the Hive too, bro. Yeah. The Hive be out here in murders, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the Swarm. They have a documentary.
Come on.
Dear Beehive, I'm sorry. Your beef is with the Swifties.
The beef is with the Swifties.
Explain this to me. Was Taylor Swift born in downtown Toronto somewhere?
Listen, man.
I asked you a question, sir.
No, Marv, no.
Why is there a street named after Taylor Swift in downtown Toronto? And after her concert thing is done, it's going back.
Marv, I held my head when I see.
Who is closer to Michael Jackson? Let me ask you, because here's my theory as to why I'm asking you this.
Yeah.
We, so to speak, Beyonce was of legal age and stuff before we knew who Beyonce was. Like 16 came in the game with Destiny's Child, right?
Yeah.
So can we say child star?
Yeah, we can say child star.
Okay. We had this woman from child star to a grown-ass mother now of three. Still doing her damn thing and stuff, whatever. She's even dabbling into other genres.
Child performing.
Yeah, child performing.
Child performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dabbling into other genres and everything like that, whatever. And I'll be like, this is giving Michael Jackson-esque.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Because I look at him like, group, Jackson 5, group, Destiny's Child.
Right.
You know? Then go solo. And then the world still loves them, or probably even on a greater level. So you're looking like I feel like the Beyonce fans are probably like still a little chiming when they were at Destiny's Child, but they're like, finally she can be free.
Finally.
So now I'm looking at them like, okay, I see this. I get this. Taylor Swift, she came out dolo.
Yeah.
Right? But okay, before even Taylor, to me, in my world, there was a Britney.
There was a Britney. Oh, there was a Britney. We can't forget Britney.
Britney didn't stand the test of time. Beyonce was there.
Mm-hmm.
No. Part 1 and 2 with Wyclef.
Yeah.
Drop before Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
There was a Beyonce there, no? After Britney.
I was gonna say after Britney, there was who was the one with 2 Chainz? 2 Chainz did the thing for.
2 Chainz. 2 Chainz did something for.
What artist was it?
2 Chainz. Ariana Grande?
No, wasn't Ariana Grande. But anyway, I mean, okay, but there's been many in that space. Who did Wrecking Ball was Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
So we have Miley Cyrus had a run.
I don't think Miley Cyrus is big as Britney.
But I'm saying in that pop space run,
in that pop space,
Beyonce has.
If Beyonce has steadily dominated, and I use the word dominated, since like, let's say 97, 98 time and stuff, whatever.
Right.
It's been Queen B all the way till present time.
Yeah.
There was a Britney, stop. Aguilera, stop. There's like so many others and stuff, whatever, stop.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And I was looking at it, so I was like, and I don't think there's like a direct beef or direct correlation, and I hope like the Hive, the Bayhive, don't go after the Swifties and stuff, whatever. But I look at it stuff is where she's been doing this. She's been place to place, worldwide to worldwide and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it for Taylor, why the fuck didn't you do it for Beyonce? That's what I was saying. That's the reason why I didn't want to issue the apology to the Bayhive, because like, this is more of my, like, explain. Because there have been Rolling Stones that have come to downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones has a fucking magazine.
Yeah.
Have they changed the street to the Rolling Stones since you've known? Nah. my argument with somebody and stuff, whatever, who's a Swiftie, right?
Yeah.
Their thing and stuff is like, how much is Beyonce tickets? Because Taylor shit is 2 racks. And they're sold out. She's doing 2 shows that are sold out at 2 racks, and there's people vexed that they couldn't go.
So when I first heard the news,
that's Michael Jackson of today.
Yeah, that when I first heard the news that they were going to name the city after us, I was like, again, I held
the city or the street.
The street.
I didn't hear that one. I was like, no.
The street.
Okay.
I held my hand. I was like, but okay, yeah, I guess she's a big artist, but she's not even Canadian. like, why?
You hawk to spit on every Canadian artist. Look at even Drake.
Adams don't got no street.
Drake don't have a street.
Celine Dion don't got no street. At least not in downtown Toronto.
Not in downtown Toronto.
But I'm like, y'all shit on all of those people. And it was like, well, Taylor Swift, she's bringing in so much revenue in the country, into the country. They didn't even say the country.
The country.
And then the impact lasts several days or several months after she's gone.
Boss. I said, this is giving Michael Jackson-esque.
Michael Jackson-esque.
Changed my mind.
I can't.
Because I looked at it stuff, I was like, if Mike was alive in this modern day time, doing what he did, remember people. Okay, I know why people fainted now. I heard because the heat exhaustion, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I was looking like, Mike had people fainting.
Yeah, people fainted.
And Mike, they used to chase Mike down. You don't think if we had social media back then,
you
don't think Mike would have been cracking these numbers?
Come on, man. Come on.
We're at this point in our life where we're okay to know that if we go to a party and the flyer says, such and such bootleg Michael Jackson impersonator and stuff, whatever, we can digest that. We can't digest a bootleg Beyonce impersonator. No. We cannot digest a bootleg Taylor Swift impersonator.
Man, they had the Drake one, he got sued.
Oh, Blake!
Yes. But think about this, right? And this is the difference between fan love back then and fan love now, right? Think about all those people who follow, because when I was saying with the social media aspect, right? Think about all those people who follow and comment on a Beyonce post or on a Taylor Swift post.
Okay.
Right? Simply because they have the phone is in their hands and they can do it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If they did not have the phone in their hands, right?
Would you count them as a fan?
No, hold on. And they didn't have that instant touch. Would they be willing to write a letter?
Oh, like the fan mail.
The fan mail. Think about the Michael Jacksons.
Shout out to TLC too.
Think about like the hundreds of thousands of fan mail.
Yeah.
Like, think about the fan taking a pen, sitting down and penning a letter.
Like the Stand track. Shout out to Eminem.
Shout out to Eminem.
Like, yeah, like you're right. That takes a lot.
That takes a lot. That's like, that is a fan. Like, to go get the stamp, go get the envelope. Like, really, like, you can do it now because it's just a touch away on your phone.
You know what the funny thing too is that, like, let's say my top MCs and stuff, whatever, right? My top 5 would be, and this would be the numerical order. Number 1, Jay-Z. Number 2, Jadakiss. Number 3, Busta Rhymes. Number 4, Lil Wayne. Number 5, J. Cole.
Okay.
If I ran into them and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
The same thing what you're saying and stuff, whatever. It might be take a photo, or it might be like, oh shit, Hove is here, or whatever the hell, Cole is here, and all that type of stuff, whatever. But for me to be like, dear Sean Corey Carter, how are you? I'm just a fan. Right. Your music touches my soul. I feel like Big Pimpin' was about a dream I had a long time ago. Like, that takes some fucking energy. Then to buy a stamp.
To buy the stamp.
And then to say you're going to post
Walk
this?
to the post box to post it.
Fuck out of here. Ain't no way. Yo, ain't no way.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't compare the fans today to the fans back. Those fans, like
back then, they were diehard.
They were diehard. They were dedicated. Dedicated.
I was like, yeah, right. We remember I tried to even shoot a shot at, or not even shoot a shot. It was just to talk to Aisha Curry.
Right.
We're like, I don't have no male groupies. I don't have no man friends, and everything like that. I'm like, there, Aisha. If you need a groupie,
right into the DM.
I am here. No response. And they're like, blue check verified does not see non-blue check and stuff like that, whatever, right? So I'm looking like, you've already had this thing to cut off the fan mail.
There you go.
So the fan mail is damn near cut.
It's cut.
Because they have to follow you as well.
Right.
And these celebrities, they're probably following like a pocket full of other celebrities or a few personal people that they might know. So your fan mail is dropping off. But they're getting tagged to this. Like, it's crazy. I have people that I work with.
Yeah.
They'll tag Beyonce of like a Beyonce post. She don't know you. There's going to be somebody like, yo, this guy's a hater and stuff like that. Now I know why Shirtgate happened. Nah, man. Like,
the fan mail. And these people, and we're not just talking mail. We're talking like gifts. People are spending their hard-earned money buying these people gifts and then mailing the gifts.
It's crazy how regular Taylor Swift ticket costs more than a Chris Brown meet and greet.
That says something, bro.
I was in shock and awe when I heard about the street thing, whatever. And I know people and stuff that work for Scotia.
Yeah,
they were told by their they're saying like, oh please, within that week, she is here.
Yeah,
please arrive 2 hours before time because traffic will be bonkers.
Of course, it's a shutdown. It's a shutdown, man.
And I was like, Beyonce, the proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding.
Yikes! How much would you spend to see Beyonce?
To see Beyonce?
Yeah.
I'm a cheap ass. I ain't spending more than 200 my top. I top off for 200.
Top off for 200?
Yeah.
So then that Taylor shit is definitely out of
the league. No,
and I'm out of the league. Beyonce would be more relatable to you because like if I asked you, give me 3 Taylor Swift songs, could you do that?
No, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Beyonce would be more relatable to me.
Okay.
But
can you give me 3 Beyonce songs for the Beehive?
Yeah.
So Beehive, you know who to kill. Sorry,
I need him. Here, man.
I need him.
I'm over
You know how to send the hate mail to. Because Swarm is real smooth.
Real.
Don't test me. Dangerously in Love is one of my favorite Beyonce songs.
That's what popped in my head. I was going to say
Dangerously in Love is one of my favorite Beyonce tracks and stuff. I want to say Partition. I love the hell out of Partition. Oh, and Superpower without a doubt. I think, or even to take away Partition and stuff, whatever, I'll say, what's another one from Run the World?
Run the World.
That song is always so funny yet dear to me because Beyonce was the only woman that was part of the whole making of that song.
Yes, the only one.
And it was 8 Man, like the Dream wrote the damn lyrics and everything. But yeah, you run the world. Yeah, they really come for both of us. And Superwoman is just such a beautiful song, just like Dangerously in Love. I feel like to me, Dangerously in Love is Superpower is part 2 to Dangerously in Love. To me, because I look at it stuff, it's just like a beautiful song. And shout out to Frank Ocean and stuff, whatever, being on the track and stuff as well. And then the Neptunes did it and stuff, whatever. No more Neptune tracks, smooth. But it was a beautiful song, and it's so relatable. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Swiftie that I was talking to that put me on to this midnight thing with her 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, Taylor Swift cursed? Like it was new to me, but it was a bop.
It was a bop.
It was a bop. And I was like, this stuff you can get, whatever, right? I think the 15 track, maybe because like it wasn't relatable too much to me, but I get the lyrics.
I was gonna say, now that she's, I guess we can call her a mature artist at this point now because she's been in the game for quite some time.
Yeah, she's been grown though.
And
no shade.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where Miley was like kind of quick to say can't be tamed. Britney had a lot of black people calling each other slaves and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Say, I'm a slave for you. These are these breakout tracks to say, I'm not a child anymore.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I never got that energy from Taylor Swift.
And that's what I'm saying.
Until this 3 a.m.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Not the fact that she was always like a mature person, but then now the music I think is starting to reflect that more.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's just a learning situation. Go ahead.
Question: you think if Rihanna didn't take that break, you think she'd be up there within namesake as far as female domination? Because she was projected.
I want to say yes, but the no aspect and stuff for her, and because if anything, I would be more of a Rihanna fan than a Beyonce fan.
Me too.
And I'll look at it like this. Everything, I guess this would be like, Rihanna now is like my Sade crush. I've always loved Sade Adu.
Yeah.
From music to persona to interviews to conversations to she's like 65 and stuff, whatever. She can still get it.
Still.
So, and I feel like Rihanna has not emulated some of that, but it's even more relatable because I look at it stuff as where some of the chicks I like, they have tattoos.
Right.
I like tattoos on a woman.
Right.
I don't see a tattoo on Beyonce beside the finger thing for like, her and Jay for her marriage thing and stuff, whatever, right? I don't see a tattoo on, say, Taylor Swift type.
Right.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, Rihanna has this kind of relatable girl next door. I'm an island person. I have a family tree coming from the islands and stuff like that.
She wouldn't be out of place if you seen her like a dance hall. She like bad gal persona.
The fact that when Rihanna was at this on top of her bodyguard's head, rolling weed.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. That's not Girl Next Door?
That's Girl Next Door.
That's Girl Next Door and stuff, whatever, vibes all the damn way and stuff, whatever. And it's kind of like, I don't care. Whatever, right? They're like, singers and smoking aren't supposed to, I don't care. Like, she's just always been doing her own damn thing.
Yeah.
The Fenty stuff, I want to have babies and everything like that. Like, I don't care. She's just doing her. And I think that energy and stuff, whatever, is just brilliant in itself.
Yeah.
And I dig that. That's why I'm more a Rihanna fan and stuff, right? But nevertheless, that break to me made her seem more relatable and more, if you're going to ask me, marry, fuck, kill, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Rihanna.
Yeah.
I will marry Rihanna. Fuck Beyonce. I gotta murder Taylor Swift. I'm sorry.
You'd marry Beyonce over...
No, marry Rihanna.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You'd marry Rihanna.
I marry Rihanna.
Yeah.
I take a slapping off Beyonce and stuff because that check up on it video was something else. But I have so much respect for Jay. So I'm just going to just watch the video.
You're just going to watch the video?
And just say check up on it was a moment.
It was a moment.
Because I don't know, like the freakum dress and other things and stuff. Not saying, but Beyonce's an attractive woman.
She's very attractive.
Like, not really my cup of tea. If it kind of feels too perfect.
Yeah.
Rihanna, no. I want the sin of Rihanna. Yo, I don't want to marry no nun. Yo, I heard A$AP Rocky say it on that That's My Bitch. He's like, I don't want to marry no nun. I ain't no priest. Yo, give me Rihanna.
I hear that.
So yeah, that part, whatever.
Okay. But one more thing before we slide over. What did you watch the speech in Texas? The Kamala.
Boy, you still not gonna say her name right? Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamala. There you go.
Yeah, I keep thinking of the Ugandan giant.
Oh, Kamala. Oh,
that's what it is.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Wow.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Dear black woman, I'm going to apologize for him. I have a t-shirt with this guy's face on it. I'm just going to apologize. He doesn't mean any harm.
I don't mean no harm.
As his lawyer,
I don't mean no harm.
This is just what it is and stuff.
I'm so used to the wrestler.
These are just satire and jokes.
I grew up with the wrestler.
Yeah, WWE, now we know Vince is a different kind of guy. Check the Netflix special out on your time.
Right.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Wow. No, so I saw clips of it.
Yeah.
I saw the Charlemagne thing. The Charlemagne interview.
Okay.
It rubbed me a different type of way. Because it's that border talk. No one has a definitive answer to the border talk.
Right.
But yet money is going off to so many other countries and places and shit like that, whatever.
Right.
Right. And then of course the country is going through some things. So that's a different kind of language and stuff right there. But I saw the clips and stuff, whatever. Some things about this whole aspect from her side feels gimmicky.
Yeah.
It feels too gimmicky because I with the Charlemagne thing and stuff. I was like, there was one time when Charlemagne had his show, The God Honest Truth.
Yeah.
And he was talking about where you be at. Why is Joe Biden like messing up and everything? And she felt the type of way, and she kind of like just went ghost from Charlemagne. But Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club holds a power within the Black community. Right. So now it's beneficial for her to talk back to Charlemagne. It feels gimmicky.
Right.
It feels real gimmicky and stuff like that, right? And what's so beautiful and stuff is now Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz are the brilliant idiots together.
Yeah.
And Charlemagne has his Breakfast Club world, and Andrew Schultz has his Flagrant world. And when Donald Trump went on Flagrant, that made Donald Trump seem so human.
Right. Right.
To tons of people. Yeah. And the footage that they've shown, like they even had like, let's say the Secret Service and his bodyguards and stuff, whatever, like laughing and smiling. He's like, I know you gotta go, but you know, he's like, nah, Trump is like, nah, these questions are good. Yeah. Keep them coming and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
This now has created a different kind of view and landscape for Donald Trump.
Right.
For like a younger demographic who's now into podcasting.
Right. Right.
Right? Like I look at it stuff as where I guess they would consider like something like Flagrant, I don't like the term. They might say for ours, like a bro podcast.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, yeah, bro, this is the guys and everything. I think it's just more of whatever you want to classify the podcast as and stuff, whatever. I just think it's kind of like trying to demean the podcast by giving it a terminology and stuff like that.
Of course.
To say like, oh, he's doing it just to be down with the bros to get the bros vote and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, no, I think there's fire conversation going on over there.
Of course.
And it's a real thing because when I watched it,
yeah,
and he was sharing stories about like Donald Jr. and Barron, like the illest, and shout out to Andrew Schultz, the way he did it. He's like, yo, boss. He's like, Barron, tall, handsome, rich kid. They know who his pops is and stuff and everything like that. I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, he has dollars. He's going to get coach out of this world.
Right.
You really want to get rid of Roe v. Wade now? Like, he might need an abortion or two, my guy. And I was like, this is now opening up to like, when I look at stuff like, let's say the debate, the presidential debate.
Yeah.
I was looking like, oh, this guy right here. They were looking at this. I was like, Donnie, he all right.
Donnie,
all right.
Mm-hmm.
So Kamala now, I hope for the best. I hope for the best. If anybody and stuff, whatever, I would say I would want Kamala to win.
Yeah.
Because this Project 2025 thing has really fucked with me for a little bit. So, and then like when he got on the presidential debate talking about removing the Department of Education.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like education is an equalizer between like the poor and the rich. A lot of times.
Here's my thing. Because I see a lot of people bring up this whole Project 25 thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, has the Democrats come out and denounced it?
The Republicans, you mean?
The Democrats.
The Dems?
Yeah. Did they come out and denounce it?
No.
Because, and I say that to say this, not because they don't talk about it, doesn't mean it's not on their table.
No, you're right.
It doesn't mean that they have not thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I need for you to come out and denounce it for me to say, okay, you're not with Project 25.
Republicans, you mean? Yes, the Republicans.
It's the Republicans.
It's the Republicans.
I need you to come out and speak out against it and say no, because like I said, man, it's one coin with two sides on it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these policies, they're quite similar, just a different spin. You're going to spin it this way. I'm going to spin it that way.
Absolutely.
Right? So you got to be careful of that. You can't say you're not voting against this person because
of this thing, when then the other side and stuff could be like, well, we had another version of it, but we wanted to do the same thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I think it's just, to me, it's so scary where a discussion like that is happening so close to, like, I want to say, the president's ears and or presidents to be ears. Because I look at it, stuff is where the stuff that I've heard about Project 25, like when I went to go like research and look about it, these things and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like guys drunk having a conversation and just talking about what the world could be like.
Yes.
Right? And then to realize the stuff that somebody's like, no. Let us type this bitch up.
Yeah.
In case we forget.
Yeah.
Whatever, after this drunken stupor. And I was like, yee.
Yeah.
Yee. Like it hit different.
It hit different
and stuff for there. Because I was like, that felt like a possible Bros podcast kind of convo. Because I was like, when I was hearing some of these things, I was like, oh, now black men are gonna look like less than nothing. I'm like, this is a joke? Did Dr. Umar not see this yet? Whatever. Because I was about to say, why did not, this is not a major discussion piece and stuff, whatever, right?
This is what I'm saying.
So,
right? And the fact that, they're talking about with only one party and the other party's kind of hush about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to need you to denounce it for me to truly feel like you don't support it. Because
that's
there might be stuff in it. Maybe it's not everything. But there might be stuff in there that you're for, that you're not now saying, okay, you know what? Now that I see it's getting smoke, let me not mention what I'm a part. Let me leave that to the side a little bit until I'm in office. Then I can bring it up.
Like for me, for the longest, I would consider myself, like before, like I want to say becoming, even way before becoming a podcaster, I looked at it as where something I would always vote liberal, Democrat.
Right.
Because it was just like given about change, about people that looked like me and everything like that and all the above. Till when you start to realize and stuff now, for myself, I start to realize that some of the policies and structures and stuff like that of the conservative Republican type of party is more up my alley and stuff, whatever, and everything. Like I like a little bit more structure, a little more leeway, like, like less leeway for the bullshit and stuff like that, because I feel like some of them are too fucking liberal with the people's money. We need a little bit more structure with the people's money and stuff about going about some things, right? But teach his own. So shout out to Kamala.
Not the Uganda giant.
No. Speaking of the whole Shirtgate thing, the people want to know why you wear the Star of David on your chain.
Oh. See, now, thank you for raising such a question. And a lot of people, see certain, I think.
Wait, before you start, can I tell you about the backlash?
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
So again, because Shirtgate,
right.
Shirtgate opened up a lot of things. So Shirtgate, to the people who are close proximity, they're like, that this guy, he's not supporting Palestine? Is he Jewish? Yo, I was getting a lot of the rhetoric. I was like, go ask him. No.
Were they afraid?
They shook.
Shooketh.
They've been shooketh. And I was like, it's a hell of a thing. And then when I asked you,
right,
and then we had like a slight conversation and stuff pertaining to it, I was like, save for the platform. So go ahead.
Yeah, and I think, well, I'll touch upon this piece, but I think we are still gonna do one on symbolism. I think we want.
I mean, we can talk now.
Want to do it
we can talk now, but what do you want to say about symbolism?
No, well, let's start by me saying this. A lot of people recognize that specific symbol, and the first thing that comes to their mind is Star of David.
Mm-hmm.
When actually, that symbol has been around, and long before recognized as the Star of David, it was also called the Star of Moloch. It's also called the sixth side of life, meaning everything revolves around sixes. The number of man, 666. The structure of man, 6 carbons, 6 protons, 6. I can't remember what the other one, but anyway, all to do with numerics and symbolism coming from there, right? So this particular symbol can be found in Africa, can be found in Egypt, can be found in China, can be found in various places where Jews are not.
Correct.
Right? So when I wear it, it's more of an esoteric meaning, right? As above, so below. So when you look at it, you see the Star of David, or you see a star. When I look at it, I see 2 intersecting triangles. The triangle pointing up.
Another one pointing down.
Triangle pointing down. One could be representing male. The other could be representing female.
What do you want it to represent?
Positive energy, negative energy. Coming together is a unification. So when I wear it, it's more of a symbol of unification, of me balancing my 2 principles.
Okay.
Right? There's a negative energy and there's a positive energy. It's coming together as one. That is how I wear it.
This is how I would clap back to that. It's not about who did it first, it's about who did it the best.
Right.
Mariah Carey.
Right.
Fantasy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Now, I look at it as stuff as where pertaining to the Jewish community and the Jewish folk, they have done it the best, where we don't even hear that kind of conversation, or that's not even, I want to say common knowledge conversation, right?
It's not.
It's just like the swastika.
Right.
Right? But the swastika stuff is actually a symbol of peace.
It still is a symbol of peace.
Well, sorry. Again, it's a symbol of peace.
Yeah.
But when you see it, it speaks about hate, because the Nazi party has done it the best.
They've
compared to like who's done it first.
They've done it the best, right? And again, I'm not wearing it because the Jewish have done it the best, right? I'm wearing it for me, and I understand what the meaning is, right? So then I'm fine with it. And then anybody else who's not fine with it,
we'll have the conversation.
If
they're brave enough.
If they're brave enough. But, it's interesting.
You should drop like a pussy, dick. Please, I like vagina.
But it's interesting, even when you mentioned the swastika, because when I first seen the symbol, of course, that was my thought, right? A symbol of evil, Hitler, the SS, the whole, you know what I mean? No, this is the conquering symbol. Like, it's so negative, right? But then when I started seeing it show up on like monuments, on places of worship, it's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yo, why is it there? Like, it's the same symbol. It's like, no, this is like, to them, this is the symbol for peace.
Correct.
And I'm like, and it's been a symbol of peace throughout time. People don't understand, like those who did it the best, it's a short history of them doing it the best.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But again, it's and my logic will come from this anime called One Piece, whatever, right?
Right.
Now, this has been spit out, like regurgitated numerous places, but the one guy said it's kind of like the victor controls history.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get that concept. So I look at stuff as where, yeah, it was this, but I've made my victory been known on like a grander scale, like a grandiose kind of scale.
Yeah.
Where now the symbolisms about my victory I want to say my symbolisms, the symbols and then symbolism about my victories is known throughout some time more bigger than starting it first.
Right.
So it's so like I want to say something like, let's say something like A Kill a Mockingbird, right? I love that book. I love Kill a Mockingbird a lot because it was just riddled with symbols and symbolisms and stuff like that all above, like, you know, and Fahrenheit 400 Fahrenheit Fahrenheit and stuff like that, whatever. Like, there's so many different type of layers and stuff to like these classical books and stuff, right? And it's just filled with symbolisms. But a lot of people don't understand most of the symbolism things, right? So when the, let's say, common person kind of like sees this up close and personal, 9 times out of 10, they don't know how to react.
Yes, that is true. That's true.
But they know that currently, whatever victors and stuff for there, so we'll say, I guess, the Israeli people, especially, or the Jewish folk, would just kind of lean on this and let's look at the victory of the Jewish folk or the Israeli community.
Right.
And how they're influenced, like how many parts in the world and where they are now and everything. Yeah, like we're not disregarding their plight that they went through, but it's kind of like more of their victory on a grandiose scale. Like I want to say, if not even beyond some racist stuff, but if you're to say like which like, you know, race is winning in the world, you're going to say Jewish folk.
You're going to say
right? So I look at it stuff as where, again, the symbolism and stuff behind it is anything that just is highlight like the Jewish community.
Yeah.
That's always going to win. And that's going to take precedent over the shooketh ones.
Come on, Marv. Shirtgate. Shirtgate's still lingering, Marv. Don't go so hard. But it's so funny because I know with even Orthodox Christianity, they use it as a symbol as well. They use it, I won't say as much as the cross, but they use it. Yeah. So I was like, it's funny how people just automatically draw that correlation. I mean, you can look at me and tell that I'm not Jew.
How do we know if Jew not Jew? How will we know if Jew not Jew?
Jew not Jew?
I mean, you could be whatever you want in this world today.
You can. This is true. This
for litter boxes and classrooms.
I could have converted.
Now.
I could have converted.
You could have converted.
I could have converted. This is true.
It's just, you know, it just be not common, but I was like, oh, okay. I get why, you know, life is moving different for you. That's all I'm going to say. No pun intended. Because it'd be like, okay, you know.
I'd like to think we'd probably be in Hollywood at this point if I had the connections, Mark. If I was really down like that.
No questions on that one. Whatever. I just, you know what? I was laughing and stuff, and I said it was good. It was good on you because when I seen it to the people and stuff, like I said, it was close enough in proximity for them to get at you on their own.
Yeah.
And they chose not to and stuff, whatever. Like I said, it just screamed cowardice to me on a lot of levels.
Okay.
And you're not I want to say, if any case, between the both of us, I am way more abrasive than you are.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that I'm more abrasive than you are, and they are more likely to like, hey, boss, guess que
but it's so funny because the gathering that we were at, right? And I was asked because someone seen it, and they asked me if I was Jewish, And I was like, no. I was waiting for the follow-up. But no, there was no follow-up to it for me to explain why I have it on. So I was like, all right, if y'all don't want to know, I'm not going to just voluntarily just sit here and just spout off
7 years ago.
Right?
That's fair. That's fair. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week says, is success a spectrum?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I think we don't, and I think part and parcel of the problem is that people don't see it that way.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Would you say that the other side, because like you're saying, yes, the no side is the problem?
I would say, yeah, the no side is the problem. Because again, there's so much things that we can celebrate that we choose not to celebrate because we don't think it's an accomplishment or it's worthy enough because it's not grandiose or huge. But no, there's spectrums to success.
And in your world, there would be I agree, because I look at the stuff as where there was this. I went to a family gathering for some peoples.
Yeah.
And it was one, let's say, all right. So it was somebody I was seeing at the time. It was her peoples. And there's an aunt and uncle. And they're like dysfunctional. We're talking about like, she even said stuff like I feel like they need like their own like hick type of like reality show to see like how the fuck the dysfunction been going on. And they've been married for like, we'll say 20 odd years, whatever, right? They've been married and stuff, whatever, right? So now they're saying like, oh, I can't believe, like, let's say another family member's clapping at the aunt. Oh, I can't believe you know, da-da-da. You guys need to get your shit together and stuff, whatever. And the aunt looked at the person and stuff, whatever, and said, well, at least I'm married and all my kids come from one man. And you've been a baby mama for 2 different guys and have yet to been a wife yet.
Clap, 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 clap.
Dog.
Clap, 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 clap. Yeah.
Yo, I as this is not my family.
Right.
I was like, because like, no shade to the auntie, but like the auntie that like, she was like 2-100. She's like, you know, face from Friday type style.
Yeah.
And like for her to say that, and she said it with her chest.
Yeah.
And the room got silent, whatever. And the person had to hug that.
Hug it.
I was like, I don't know. I kind of dig her. She sounds successful to me.
That's a success story right there.
She's like, I have 3 kids. They all come from the same man.
Yeah.
We've been together. Yes, our marriage isn't perfect.
Right.
But you claim you're perfect and stuff. You claim you're super educated and all that. She went in.
Right.
She went in. Yeah, I got a high school diploma. Okay, you got college degrees and stuff, whatever. You can't keep a man. Where are your kids' fathers now?
Clap, clap.
Yo, I was like, winner! Crackhead auntie. Yo, does success lead to happiness?
That's a good one.
Because if we're saying this on a spectrum, right?
I'm gonna say yes.
Really?
I'm gonna say yes. If again you're looking at it from that spectrum point,
I would say gratitude would lead to happiness. I wouldn't put success that would lead to happiness because I feel like I'm an ambitious person,
right?
And I feel like once I've done what I have to do, it's like another notch on the belt.
Yeah.
And to others, if we're saying the spectrum purpose and stuff, they're like, oh, wow, you did 100 episodes of a podcast.
Right.
Oh, wow, you did 200 episodes and stuff, whatever, right? And I'm like, keep on coming.
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, 100 episodes is a lot of dedication and time.
Of course.
So if they were to say that, like for them, that's a flex to say, I've done 100 podcast episodes and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I guess their happiness would stop.
Right.
Or just would be good, where And the latter for myself is kind of like, we need to keep going until I recognize and stuff, whatever, because my spectrum is set different.
Yeah. I see that, but you know what though? Every time we wrap up and we look at each other and we say, that was a hell of a pod, bro, that's success for me. It's like, yo, that was a hell of a pod. So yeah, I feel the same way. Like that is success for me because we are able to capture that moment in time and create something special with it. And even if we can't replicate it, no one can take that point away.
Absolutely. Yeah. I guess happiness. I don't know if I always said like the happiness dance. We're gonna get to an episode and stuff about the happiness thing, but I think learning to want less is learning to want less may be a key to happiness. So say the Suns.
So say the Suns. Damn.
Effortless Mars. Yo. Let's get to the Ask the Suns. All right. So first Ask the Suns come from Titi-Vanessa. And Titi-Vanessa. Question says, what have you seen that renewed your faith in the goodness of mankind? What have you seen, Smooth?
You know what? Actually, today I seen Shaka Bars and Earn Your Leisure post that they're doing business ventures in Africa.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, forget about all these companies going in, these multi-billion-dollar companies going in and taking so much of the continent's wealth and resources and pulling it out and barely giving anything to the people who are there. No. This is what needs to happen. The businesses needs to go down in these countries
and help put money back in that
and
economy.
help put money back in the economy.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
dope.
yo, this is dope. Like,
I dig that.
Yeah, I dig it.
I dig that. I think just people like myself and my team and stuff, whatever, like pertain to soup kitchens and volunteers.
Yeah.
Because I look at stuff is where I've been doing it for so long and I've seen so many faces that kind of come through to and fro and all the above. And the fact that it's, let's say, even when we do like on the holidays and stuff, whatever, you as a volunteer, even you as well, like you don't have to come.
Right.
Like you're not getting paid to do what you have to do and stuff and everything like that. And you're taking your personal time out to help people who don't have and less fortunate.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like the fact that we have individuals and stuff like you and myself and my teams and other people like us and stuff, I would never give up on humanity because of people like that.
Yeah.
And I want to say, but I consider myself a supervillain for the side that fights for compassion. Like I look at stuff as where every villain has a story. It might be a sacrifice or certain thing. I think mine will be on the compassion. And because we don't see enough of it, it doesn't get broadcast. So I'd be happy to take the villain route to say like, well, fuck it. I would make sure I try to give the compassion and take the compassion and stuff there and highlight that we need more compassion. I would fight for that.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a dope feeling, I think. When I always take away from just going there and volunteering because the humbleness of the people that you're serving, right? And the gratitude, like it's they're so thankful. And I've been around people again. I've been around friends who I've helped and have not gotten that type of gratitude returned.
Thanks. All right. On to the next. Next question comes from MissJay. What is an everyday evil you experience often? Lack of compassion in the world. Effortless Mars. What do you got? You know what? Another thing too, I would say, we live in a hypersexual society. I didn't really think it was that bad. I always said I had a slight problem.
Yeah.
But when I looked at it and stuff, I'm like, OnlyFans, like, no shade, but shout out to the OnlyFans people and stuff out there. When you hear OnlyFans come up in a conversation in public, it's like everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows. And I'm not saying there's people on OnlyFans that just do that type of content. I heard there's like chefs, there's workout people and all that type of stuff for there. But the fact that we've hypersexualized, like, let's say the people who are getting naked in front of the cam or scantily clad over like the chefs. Like looking like, yo, boss, I want to cook a meal for you. I can't make Food Network money.
Right.
Let me do it on my OnlyFans. To be like, are you doing it naked?
How you cooking the food? How you cooking the food, mom?
You see? I think oh my gosh. I'm like, that's a everyday common evil.
You know, it's when you mention that, it's funny because now with the advent of, you know, AI and all these AI images going up, you'll have certain pages now that will be posting females, but they're all AI pictures.
Yes.
Right? And again, it's the hypersexuality of men who don't just they bypass common sense. And I instantly go to the comments and I'm like, I see this, oh, I'd marry you, this, that, and I'm like, if you would just stop to examine the photo, you would realize that
it's not real.
There's no way that this woman's breast could be that huge, perfectly symmetric.
And the top is still defying gravity.
Defying gravity. I'm like, there's telltale signs, but no, all you see is this big, huge set of breasts, and your mind loses it, and you forget to just screen everything else.
Don't forget the AI photos of guys in gray jogging pants.
The gray.
And you women looking.
Women. They got you women too.
I see y'all out here. I see y'all.
Is it AI fishing? Is that what it mean? That's what the new one?
It might be.
It might be AI fishing.
It might be. You're everyday evils. Like this is a good question.
The one for me, those who switch lanes without indicating.
So I'm trying to remember the Clive Owen movie. I think it's something about with like a baby or something like that, whatever. It was a shoot 'em up kind of flick.
Yeah.
And when he fucked up the guy and made the guy crash into something, because I think it was shot in Toronto, but when he made the guy crash into like another car and stuff, he had a valid point in that piece. But the man's basically saying like, yo, say the phone is the steering wheel.
Right.
The indicator is like 2 inches away from the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And most people and stuff, whatever, they might be driving 2-hand or left hand.
Right.
And it's on the left hand side.
Right.
And you mean to tell me you couldn't move your hand from here to here to indicate up and down and stuff, whatever, that easy?
Yeah.
And you think you're the only person on the road? And then when he ran the guy off the road and stuff like that, whatever, I was like, valid. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Because I was on the highway yesterday. I think after I dropped off my son, and it's not that late. It's not even late. Let's say it's about like around 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Boss, this guy, I thought he was auditioning for Tokyo Drift, like Fast and Furious, and he did not once indicate when he's bobbing and weaving, slicing through the damn lanes on the highway.
Yeah.
And because I guess the traffic and stuff is just not moving that fast, it's not good enough for this guy. And I was like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't wish you well. Have the day you deserve.
Have the day you deserve.
Yeah.
Have the day you deserve.
Have the day you deserve.
That one's coming to you.
Yeah. So that part. So yeah, I've learned that the fastest way to do something is slowly.
Yeah.
Like I woke up one day and stuff, and I think I was with my son too, and I dozed off. He was still awake and stuff, whatever, and something went wrong. And to kind of piece together my world, like after just jumping up from sleeping.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I'm like, am I old now? Because I didn't feel like full vertigo, but it just felt like it was like the world's looking like
Just like a quick just slider.
I'm like, I had to say it out loud. I'm like, breathe more. And then I saw the world like do the Matrix thing and just slow the fuck down.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, you can't be doing everything all at once and stuff. Whatever. The fastest way of doing something is slowly.
Yeah.
And then once I kept telling myself to breathe, and I got there, I was kosher. I can handle everything. And there was like slight problems that came up like from it, whatever, because kids are just bad.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You doing it faster is not gonna solve anything.
It's not gonna solve it. It's not.
But you know you're gonna get to it at a proper time.
Right.
All right. Last question comes from My-munny, MUNNY. What are you genuinely afraid of? What are you afraid of, Smooth?
I think right now, my only fear is not leaving enough for my children to get a good start with.
Elaborate.
Like, I see how hard life be getting, and I never thought I would be so grateful, because when my parents passed and they were trying to figure out how to divvy up everything, I was like, no, I'm my own success story right now. I have things, projected. Y'all don't need to leave me anything. Leave it to those who you think will need it. And they're adamant. They said, no, you're inheriting something. And then,
so the same way your parents set you up, you would like to set your kids up and stuff like that as well. Gotcha.
Because I didn't think I needed it, but it came a time where it really gave me a footing. It really gave me a footing. And to way how I see the world going now,
they're gonna need all the help they can.
They're gonna need all the help that they can get.
Correct.
So really, that's my only worry right now. Like, I'm at the stage where, I'm 50, right? I've experienced a lot of things. There's still more things for me to experience.
I was about to say, please.
Yeah, there's still a lot of more things for me to experience. But I'll be okay if I don't. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I'm surrounded with people I love. Every day I wake up, I'm not in want for anything. I'm okay, right?
It goes back to wanting less is the key to happiness.
Yeah.
Right?
So and I look at it that way, and I'm like, all I want now is for my kids to be successful, and my kids to have a good start in life, so that when my parents passed, my mom told me she's good. You know what I mean? She's good. She knows that we're gonna be okay because of what we're able to accomplish and what she's able to give us. We'll be okay. And I would like to leave the same place. I would like to leave in that same position.
I think for me, I'm not like, and I don't want to sound like extra tough and everything like that. I think I'm just more afraid of like, and it kind of goes back to the compassion thing, because you have the have and you have the have-nots.
Right.
And the have-nots and stuff, whatever, at a time they were okay, but they had like, we don't have much, but we have community and we have love for our community and we'll do and everything like that. And I look at stuff as like, I can see a small community with that kind of ideology.
Yeah.
On like a zombie-proof world. Like, like they'll fence off themselves from the outside world because they fucks with their own, because they have compassion and stuff for each other.
Right.
When I'm not seeing that compassion kind of go out there and stuff, whatever, I don't see community formulating and stuff in that aspect. And it gets kind of scary and stuff where it's kind of like, we all don't have to go through this by ourselves.
Yeah.
But yet and still, there's people and stuff saying like, yo, I don't want to go through it with people.
There's a whole lot of every man for himself mentality out there.
That part and stuff, whatever, is what I'm afraid of, because it's kind of like dial on, compared to like for the greater good. Like that guy driving could have set somebody off. Well, like, oh my gosh, this guy, and they could have tweaked, hit another car, caused all this, and then he's like, well, that's your dumb ass for not being it. Like, think community. You're sharing the road.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I look at it stuff as like when the compassion thing and stuff is not really there and is now leaving the world and stuff or the common world, like, yo, it's gonna get scarier.
It is.
It's gonna get scarier. It's gonna get darker. And it's gonna be a different level and stuff, whatever. Like I just, again, even like for my son, I would like, hopefully, like the world probably realizes some shit, like nature finds a way to bounce back, but men are the virus.
Yeah.
And like humans are the virus.
Humans are the virus on the planet.
So that part. We are here.
We are here.
Thank you for another lovely show, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're far too kind. You're far too kind. Hit him with the Associated Sons this week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Associated Sons on this week says, take a rest from staying woke.
So says the Sons.
So say the Sons. I mean, self-explanatory.
It's self-explanatory.
But right now, the woke folk, they pop up like so much.
Bro.
And they pop up like so much. You don't know who's subscribing to what kind of philosophy, information.
And you don't. Some of these woke people don't even know if they woke for the right damn thing.
Did you hear the AI thing was fake? The robots, the Tesla robots?
I heard that, yes.
Can't tell the woke folk that.
No, you can't tell the woke folk that.
So,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, Associated Sons, man.
Listen, from the beginning of this month till now, YouTube, I want to say, has probably doubled in amount of pages that are now broadcasting stuff. And I want to say probably more than half of that's because of Puffy. It looks like it looks like everybody and their mom has now found a YouTube and has now decided to regurgitate what's already out there, and it's inundated. And the wokeness of people they're so greedy to just hear things. Then I'm looking at these people's posts, and these are nobodies, and these people are like tens of thousands of views, and I'm like, but none of them are saying anything new. I'm at this point, I want a gag order. I would like a gag order.
Interesting. If you were Sean Combs, you would want to do a gag order?
If I'm the prosecutors, I would want a gag order.
Oh.
Because so much it's being trialed. The trial is happening outside of the court.
It hasn't even started.
It hasn't even started yet.
Well,
so now the defense is going to argue, how does this guy get a fair trial?
People's court. It's on to the jurors, to be honest. I look at it as the jurors to find jurors.
How are you going to find jurors that are not tainted, Marv?
Boss.
How are you going to find jurors that are not tainted, Marv?
I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. Like, it's...
Like I said, as a prosecution, I would ask for a gag order at this point, because you're not gonna find a jury pool if this continues the way it's continuing.
And that's gonna be the defense case. The defense's thing and stuff is like, for months before the trial started, you guys start disliking Sean Combs and stuff at different level from different accusations, and here we are at court. We'll say at the time of the start of the trial, there might be just about, would say, I hope, more than 10 people.
I hope.
But so to speak, we'll see what sticks and what doesn't stick. I mean, was it over 100 women came forward for Sean John Combs and that situation and blah, 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 blah. Oh, this person's been refuted. This person and stuff has said it was a lie. This person, I was like, some shit's gonna call the herd in the next year, like in the beginning of next year before the trial starts and stuff for them. We'll see, because same thing happened to Bill Cosby.
Same thing.
Yeah. All right. We are here at the end, folks.
We are here.
Like, comment, subscribe, all of the above, all streaming platforms, the audio for people and stuff, whatever. You hear us, the YouTube video folk, you see us.
You see us.
Thank you. Thanks again for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. And remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has limits. And not the Fandemonians. Shout out to the Swifties. Peace.
Peace, love.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.